All right, we're back again. Another week, another episode. It's Bill and Chris. It's Outside the Cinema, your source for cult movie discussion. What's going on, dude?
Not much. Not that much.
That's
Everything's just kind of going and staying nice, which is fine with me. And
weather's
weird.
been good too, so
Yeah.
I'm liking it. I'll take it while I can because we know it's not going to last.
No.
But
No, it's gonna be cloudy and maybe rainy for the next 4 days after this.
I don't think it's supposed to rain until Thursday.
Oh, that's good.
I don't. I think it's supposed to be around this type of temperatures, warm enough but cool, so you're not dying.
Yeah. Well, the having leaves on the trees finally just changes the whole feel for me. So
yeah.
It can rain
in my eyes.
Yeah. Well, the rain will help, right?
It's not till Thursday.
Oh, well, yeah. The rain won't help.
Welcome back to the show, guys. Patreon show from our friend David this week. He sent us a couple of flicks. If you're a member of the Patreon and haven't sent them over. If you're not a member of the Patreon, know that I just had to replace my water heater, so I can't put any money into the show.
Yeah.
So all of the money we generate there goes into keeping the show alive. Patreon.com/outside the cinema. If you're a member over there, you can send us a couple of movies. I think we have maybe another week's worth after today.
Okay.
If you have sent some, and I know I said this last week, and I think David was one of the ones that they got lost in the shuffle. Remind me. I don't want to be cool.
Okay.
But I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of emails, most of which don't matter towards anything. But
I was gonna say we all get a lot of those.
Yeah, I get a lot of emails. I don't really want all of them.
No, I could use maybe 3 of the ones I get in a day.
Right.
Not counting work stuff.
Right.
So
David actually made a good point because he was checking on whether the email address still works. So the best way to reach the show is outsidethecinema@gmail.com if you are not a Patreon member. If you are a member of the Patreon, just send us a message through Patreon because that will then send me an email letting me know that you messaged. It'll give me the message and also let me know that someone has messaged the Patreon.
Gotcha.
I guess actually you can message us on Patreon even if you're not a member.
Oh.
I believe, don't quote me on that, but outside the cinema at Gmail is the other way to reach, or you can just send Chris or I a DM on Instagram at OTCBill and at Cthulhu.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll just send it over to Bill. So
Yep. Or you'll just be like, hey, somebody said this. And I'm like, all right.
Yep. I don't make decisions, I pass on messages.
You will make the occasional decision.
I will.
I still have that microphone here that you were going to come get, just so you know.
I know. I don't know what happened. I'm like, everything's good. I'm clear.
Happened. You forgot.
No, I didn't because I said I'm going to go over and I'm going to pick up a microphone and I got something for Bark. And then I don't know what happened.
I'm going to take it out.
At all. But I can, yeah, I will.
I've got it right here.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Okay.
Do you want a colored XLR cable too, or you have those purple ones, right?
I got purple ones. Okay. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah. What?
I have red and I have yellow.
Now I'll just have to get a purple cover for it and I'll be fine.
Green. Red, yellow, green, and blue.
No, it's
but
good.
If you have purple ones, you're good.
Yeah, I don't want to. Everything is wired behind shit now. Yep. So
fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's get into this then. So,
okay.
David, these are his picks. He's been a member of the Patreon for quite a while too. He's been a fan of the show for forever. He says, I always strive for a double feature of some kind. It's always hard to narrow my selections. Usually I pick something I pick something that is like to rewatch again. Likely to rewatch again.
Okay.
And that I have not seen in a really long time. I'm hoping that you haven't covered these. My old brain forgets. That's okay. We've covered movies multiple times and not realized it till after we watched them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Regardless, I'm hoping that I'm throwing Chris a bone here, or at least a chew toy.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
First up, Slipstream, the 1989 sci-fi from Steve Tron Lisberg, and starring Bill Paxton and Mark Hamill. I rented this, of course, because Mark Hamill is plastered all over the VHS box, and he was playing grizzled and serious. I thought the film was endearing with a lot of heart. Will I still think that? Will you? We will see. Next up, Android, starring the oh-so-subtle actor Klaus Kinski. Yeah, if there's one word I would use to describe Klaus Kinski, it would be subtle.
I would use extraterrestrial.
I would just be like,
he's some kind of alien.
just what?
Yeah.
I remember renting this as it seemed to be a sleazy alien knockoff. Well, it's neither.
No, it's sleazy Blade Runner knockoff.
But like Slipstream, I thought was endearing with a lot of heart. There's a thematic commonality with these two films, other than them both being sci-fi. Again, we'll see. I'll be watching these this week as well. If you have covered these, I can pull another couple flicks off the shelf. Nope, we didn't. I've seen these, but Chris and I were not sure if we had covered Slipstream. As far as I can tell, Slipstream was never covered on the show.
Okay, we've talked about it. I know that.
I think it's come up. I think it's come up, but I hadn't watched it for a number of years.
Yeah.
Just let me know. I have another double feature in mind as well. I don't mind swapping it out. We'll keep that one in your pocket for the next round. Keep up the great work. You are appreciated, David from Kentucky.
Thank you.
David also invited us to hang out if we ever go to Kentucky. I've never been to Kentucky, and I don't have plans anytime soon. But if I do, David, you will hear from me.
I passed through a little part of there going to Tennessee.
Tennessee. You went through Kentucky going to Tennessee? No.
Did I?
No, you went through Virginia going to Tennessee.
I don't fucking. Let me see. I tried to hit as many states as I could.
I guess maybe you could. No.
Yeah. I don't know. I might have gone through like the little corner from Virginia into West Virginia.
Usually,
I don't know.
Yeah, you would hit Virginia, West Virginia. Did I do?
I don't know.
Geography?
I know. I was in the state. I specifically saw the sign, and I know I was over. So maybe I was just like, I'm going to take a detour. I don't remember.
All right,
it was like a year and a half ago.
Whatever works, man.
It was a nice drive, Boston to fucking Chattanooga, Tennessee, in one day.
Oh, Chattanooga. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because when I went, we went to Knoxville.
Yeah, I think I had to skip across the bottom of it.
I had to go to Knoxville. So, and the drive was fine. It was long, and straight, and flat.
I did appreciate some of the straight and flat stuff because then I didn't have to worry about anything going on.
That's fair. All right, cool. Let's get into these, David. Thank you again for being a member, and thanks for being a listener to the show, brother.
Yeah.
Is there one you want to do first? Do you care?
I watched Slipstream and then, I watched half of Slipstream, then Android, then the other half of Slipstream. So I think Android should be second.
Okay, we can do Slipstream first. If I got a trailer here for it. Oh, I do.
Slipstream, the future. A river of turbulent wind has swept the skies, and nature has reclaimed the planet. In the desolate wasteland that remains, a mysterious fugitive is pursued and captured by a brutal lawman and his feisty tracker. When a wily bounty hunter grabs their prisoner.
What the hell happened here?
Mr. Rowan here thinks he's going to take our prisoner.
They vow to track him to the edge of existence.
Poison dart. Now drop the gun and we'll talk about getting you the antidote.
I never believe a man staring down the barrel of a gun.
Well, you should this time.
Now, it's a race against time across dangerous territory.
This is forbidden territory. What are you doing?
You're under arrest. All of you.
Let's show them what we got, boys.
This is what hell is. You're stuck in a place like this forever.
I can help you.
A battle of wits in an unknown land.
I'll give you the antidote. Then I'll shoot you. That's what I like. Teamwork. A sense of fair play.
You've misled them about us. So how can we know you're not misleading us about them?
Go to hell! It's our next stop!
A test of courage under fire.
I should kill you right now is what I should do.
And this time there will be no prisoners.
I'm not leaving with you.
Slipstream.
Okay, Slipstream.
Wow.
Yeah.
He earned his money there.
Yeah. Oh crap! What's going on? Something went wrong. Refresh the page to try it. If the problem persists, please contact support. Looks like we're recording and stuff though, so I'm gonna ignore that for now.
Okay.
All right. Slipstream, 1989, directed by Steve Lisberger, who's best known as the director of Tron, starring Bob Peck, Mark Hamill, Kitty Aldridge, and Bill Paxton. This was also written by Tony Caden and based on Bill Bauer's story. I think this film's story is probably as interesting or more interesting than the movie itself, because Gary Kurtz worked as a producer on this, and he's best known for what, Chris?
Probably Tucker, the Man in His Dream.
God damn it. Can't you just play along? The answer is obviously American Graffiti.
I did play along. It is. I know, but that's the answer everybody goes with. Really? The Dark Crystal?
Yeah, he was a producer on The Dark Crystal too.
Nice.
But he was one of the producers, and he worked on what?
Some Star Wars stuff.
And by Star Wars stuff, the original.
The best Star Wars stuff that's going to be released back in the theaters in February of next year.
Ooh, really?
Yep.
Cool.
In IMAX, I have started
versions?
the 77 version.
Oh,
apparently.
perfect. Okay.
I don't know what that means though, because the 77 was different in 77 from itself.
Is it original theatrical then?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
So it may say episode 4 like it did on the re-release, and then everything else is there. I don't know. All I saw it's on my schedule as a bookable film.
Awesome.
So we'll see. And then after that is the Starfighter movie with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gosling. That's it. Ryan Gosling.
Cool.
Which is better than Ryan Reynolds because he's a really good actor.
I enjoy both.
Not that Ryan Reynolds isn't, but
yeah, I gathered that Ryan Reynolds is actually quite a prick, apparently.
Yeah, I could see that. That attitude kind of carries through, doesn't it?
Yeah. But whatever. Anyway, getting back to Slipstream, Gary Kurtz was a producer in the original Star Wars films. And basically, I don't know the exact ins and outs of it. Maybe you could give me a little more information on this. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But he was kind of like, he was not happy with the direction that Lucas was going to take the Star Wars world, and kind of had a falling out with them, is what I kind of gathered.
Oh, see, I don't do a lot of that gossip stuff. I'll just, for simplicity's sake, we'll call that celebrity gossip, right?
Okay.
I try to not pay attention to that, except when it's like, everybody's mad at David Prowse. Oh, God, why? Okay, he said this. Great. Everybody's mad at Anthony Daniels. Why? Because he treated Kenny Baker like shit. Yeah, now I'm mad at Anthony Daniels, too. Treat Kenny Baker. That's it. That's as far as I got, because I don't want to hate people I like.
Everyone loves Michael Jackson. I don't like Michael Jackson because he molested children. Oh, but he made so many good songs.
It's the same argument you get for religion.
Yeah. Anyway, so apparently Gary Kurtz
still fucks kids. I don't know.
Some sort of falling out with Lucas, and wanted to make his own thing. And
this is definitely Eddie Murphy's We Got McDonald's at Home.
Yeah. So apparently Slipstream was his attempt to make another like massive sci-fi world blockbuster. So he took like all of his money and put it into this. He was able to get Mark Hamill on board with it.
Yep.
Bill Paxton was up and coming then. He was able to get
what year was this?
89.
This was after Aliens.
Yes.
Also, Ben Kingsley and F. Murray Abraham.
Yep. Well, the reason why he was able to get such big names to come in even and just do cameos was
he was Epstein's bookkeeper.
was because of his connection to Lucas and Star Wars.
That's what I was wondering. I wanted to wait for the show. Normally I look that stuff up, but I was able to manage my curiosity and be like, hey, he knows why. He'll tell me why. And
so that's what it was.
Because it's ridiculous.
It's such a just like weird story. Like, post-apocalyptic dystopian world where the world has been basically wiped out. It's climate change to a point, but not like the normal climate change that we see. Whereas now there's this river of wind.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
The jet stream is technically a river of wind. Yes.
Okay. So it's like essentially that the jet stream has basically come down to the surface of the earth, and it wreaks havoc.
Sure. I mean, if you don't know anything about how the planet works, that makes sense.
It makes complete sense of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the story is based around, you have Matt, played by Bill Paxton. He's a Han Solo type.
He's a Han Solo type mixed with his character from Predator 2. The braggadocious, larger than life,
Yep.
I got this all under control thing. Like, this was a dry run for his Predator 2 role, I guarantee.
Was Predator 2, what year is Predator 2?
I thought it was like 90s. Oh, fucking, I gotta look.
Early 90s, I think, right?
Yeah.
The original
I wanna
Predator is
say
88.
88 or 87, that's 2025. That's not what I'm looking for. 1990.
86.
1990. So he took this character's attitude and just rolled it right into the next production.
Perfect.
Which is fine because it works for both characters. There's no problem there.
So we're introduced to Mark Hamill and Kitty Aldridge as Tasker and Beltsky. They're the two bounty hunters. What the hell's the bounty hunter's name? Why am I drawing a blank?
Oh God. It was one of those names like Steven Savage.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, they're these bounty hunters that present themselves as like lawmen. They have captured Byron, who they are bringing in for murder. But Byron looks very different than everybody else because he's in like a nice clean suit.
Yep.
And very well spoken.
Yeah, that's the other guy in this movie that I'm looking at and staring through his face, and I'm like, I know him, but from something very fucking specific, and he makes the face only once or twice that he makes associated with that. And I'm like, who the fuck? I had to look him up.
Did you? You didn't realize it? I knew right away.
I felt stupid after I did, but everybody, it's Muldoon from Jurassic Park,
among other things. Bob Peck.
Yes. He's fantastic.
He's been in tons of things.
Yeah.
Big budget, low budget, like he's just like all over the place.
But he's one of those people that's going to go down in movie history with a classic line, which is great. Because he was in this
Watch,
too.
Hard Times. He was in the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, Children of the Dragon, a lot of British TV work over the years.
Yep.
Yep. He's got a in Lord of the Flies, 1990.
He's got a good Charles Dance type of aura when he's on screen.
Well, he's that consummate British actor.
Yeah.
That brings that air of sophisticatedness to what you're doing.
But I think a lot like Jason Isaacs too. He can through the innocence, he can show that there's more that's going on underneath. He can play a layered character when this character comes off as just one note, he does a great job.
Yeah.
I was really surprised.
So basically, Tasker and Belitsky are bringing him in. They stop in Mos Eisley to pick up supplies or food or whatever.
Can I point out how much Mark Hamill looks like a bounty hunter chasing crates in Critters?
I will give Mark Hamill credit because really at this point obviously he's really only known as Luke Skywalker, but this was him playing a different type of role against that. And I thought he did a pretty good job given with what, he did an excellent job given what he was working with.
Mm-hmm. I think he might have been doing the voice work for the Batman animated series at this point, and he thought this would just be fun.
I don't know. I think Batman, the Batman series wasn't until mid 90s.
Oh wait, no. What year was this again?
89.
Yeah, Batman, I believe animated was 89. I'll check that. I don't know anymore.
I got it right here in front of me. Hold on. I feel like that didn't start until like 92 or so.
It did. You're right. Okay, never mind. What the fuck was 89? Oh, the Tim Burton Batman.
There you go.
Never mind.
Anyway, so Paxton's character Matt is he's like, we can call him a Han Solo type because he starts off like whatever he can do to make a buck.
Yep.
And he sees that they're bringing in this fugitive, so he decides he's going to take the fugitive and he's going to turn the fugitive in for the reward.
Yeah, it's like the secondary character in Midnight Run, but successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a little bit of Midnight Run in this, which I like. They're not always confrontational with each other. They are nice after about 20 minutes of the film.
So he steps in. He basically, holds Hamill and the partner at gunpoint and takes the fugitive Bob Peck's character, and they're off. They're using the Slipstream to fly. There's a overarching thing of aviation brought into this with all of these different plane-like contraptions that they're using.
Yeah.
Continue.
They're like solo power gliders, I guess. They looks like a dragonfly with thick wings. They look homemade, and I'm willing to bet somebody said, "Hey, we can use these." My friend, as he built them, they're sort of safe. It's fine. We could use them. Okay, great. That'll work. I don't know. It's a weird addition. Like the atmosphere playing a role like that, because there's so many other things involved in flight. Like, I don't believe Bill Paxton can keep an airplane up in the air unless he's trying to charm it with his bullshit.
He can chase a tornado like nobody's business.
That's true. It's easier in a plane, I would imagine.
I would assume.
Yeah.
So this puts into action, making it a chase movie. This movie's biggest issue is that it's just really unoriginal in everything it's doing. It's Star Wars. You mentioned Midnight Run, and you'd also mentioned Blade Runner at the beginning. And it's literally like they took those three films, grabbed what they wanted from each one, and just wrote another story around it. I don't know if the original book of this is in that vein, but it's unfortunately painfully obvious as you're watching it that Kurtz wanted to make some, and rather than be original and try something new, he just borrowed all of his favorite stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes you can do that. Like the new Resident Evil game is, if you were cynical, like you could look at it and go, oh, they're just taking all of the major set pieces from the best of their games and they're just rewriting them into this one. You could look at it like that, but I saw 9 as like this, almost like we almost died as a series and we're back and bigger and better. Literally, 7, 8, 9 are really good, and 4 and 2 and 1. But like,
say I like all of them except 4.
6.
Yeah, there you go.
6 is fine. But there's a part where you're on this gantry, like a window washing thing, and you have to go up or down, I forget. And guys jump on it, and it's similar to a part in 4, but it's not so similar. It's not Uma Thurman riding up in a yellow jumpsuit. Okay? It fits the situation, and it's not a direct homage, but they're referencing their own stuff. So that's different in and of itself, too. But it's sort of like, these situations may happen over and over. Oh, I got to, real quick.
Keep talking. I'm just going to pop open the window behind me.
Okay. So when you get back into Raccoon City, there's all of this destruction, and you find out, I guess, I don't want to spoil anything. So, shit. Anyway, so spoiler alerts for it. If you, when you go back into Raccoon City as Leon, and you get to investigate some of the scenes from the Part 2 remake, which is nice. You see the truck that blew up, the gas station. And I'm going through, I got Nova sitting next to me, and I'm going through the gas station, Rip's watching. And as I'm going through the gas station, there's like desiccated corpses walking around. And then there's a couple that are just black and shiny. And they were giving me such a hard time, and I was concentrating so much. I said out loud, yo, fuck that tar-covered motherfucker. And I didn't get it. I did not see that they put Tarman in Resident Evil 9. And I just got mad at it. And Rip turned to me and she's like, Dad, what did you just say? I said, that tar-covered. She said, the tar man? Fuck, you can't remember his name. How did you do that? That was funny. That was good. Anyway, yeah, homages and like rearranging and like doing it, but putting your own spin on it. I don't think there was enough spin on this one.
Yeah, that's how I felt. And honestly, I had a really hard time paying attention to this as it was going.
Yeah.
Because everything just felt like boring. Like,
It was a bunch of ideas. This would have worked, I think, as a 90s like on right after Sliders kind of thing on the Sci-Fi
Sliders,
channel.
Holy shit.
Yeah. because they jump through to so many different things. It really hit me how separate and apart all of the different, I know that's the same word.
I get you though. I know what you're saying.
When it got to A Boy and His Dog, and they get to the underground place that's all super snooty and shit instead of like the 1950s with trombones and straw hats. I'm like, okay, I see where we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Where's Don Johnson?
Yeah. The other thing is it comes across like really cheesy. And
Yeah.
the issue isn't solved by the fact that they were like, oh, well, we got really good special effects. Like you could see where they put their money into the special effects and where they were like, well, we already spent the money. So we got to do this because we don't have any money left.
Yeah.
And it's like painfully obvious. I know it's just like the second or third time I've said that. But it's true. It's just like, oh, okay, you ran out of money. So you did what you, props for doing what you had to do and getting it done.
Right.
But
But it jumps around so much. It doesn't feel like a cohesive world. Like you can have culture shock changes between the different tribes out there, but it really felt like somebody else wrote and directed the last third of the movie. It was so different. And the characters fit in normally without any issue, which was also kind of weird. Either have it be totally different and they don't fit in, or I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either, man. I don't really have an answer.
Yeah.
And Steve Lisburn, like he directed Tron, is what he's best known for, and still gets credits for creating the characters.
Yeah, it's a
even on
technical masterpiece how they did the CG. Absolutely, like nerve-wracking. That would be impossible to live through.
Yeah, I feel like the concept of this movie in theory is good. Like,
yes.
Okay, we're creative with the idea. We're doing a dystopian thing. We're doing a new post-apocalypse thing, and we're as ridiculous it is, and is not something that could actually happen. Something different.
Yeah.
Okay. Slipstream. There's these crazy winds that ravage everything, and then bringing in that Blade Runner aspect of it to not necessarily ruin what ends up happening with it. But
yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's either supernatural or sci-fi. So something's up with whatever we're talking about.
Yeah, and we mentioned Blade Runner, so you can probably put two and two together. And the other film this week is called Android. So it's just all like, it's just all thoroughly not developed. And I remember liking this a lot more. I feel like this is one you and I probably watched together when we were at Blockbuster. Hey, Mark Hamill's in this. Let's check this out.
Probably. And then I think I went and vacuumed because that was more fun.
Well, you needed to create the slipstream. You needed the wind.
Yes.
Let's be honest. When did you go vacuum? You made me vacuum.
No, I would put the tapes away. That's right.
You're like, Bill, why don't you vacuum? I'm going to go outside and smoke.
No.
Also, you're fired.
That wasn't that bit. I didn't say that.
No, someone
might have caused it. But.
Someone else told me that.
I'd love to know where he is now.
Dead.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that, but I mean he was an overweight Irishman. So
who tied his tie way too tight.
Oh my God, that dude's head looked like it was going to pop off his shoulders. He was always so red.
Every time he went down to get the stuff in the drop-off box, I thought he was going to choke himself out.
Yeah. I like looking back on it, like I wish I stole more stuff. Because like
If you're going to be blamed for it, you might as well
right,
fucking
exactly.
do it.
It's like I might have taken a soda and not paid for it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Anyway, getting back to this. It's just all thoroughly underdeveloped. I felt like they were so gung-ho to create this new sci-fi franchise, and then like they fumbled it out of the gate.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They spent all the money on that little glider and Mark Hamill's coat.
Right.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Money's gone.
Because you know what they didn't pay for it on? Bill Paxton's haircut.
Yeah. That
You
looks
wanna
like
see
they
Bill
just
Paxton with a nice mullet. And by nice mullet, I mean he has one.
Yeah, because they found it blowing down Ventura Boulevard.
Well, I think they wanted, if you noticed, it's just about all the male characters except for Bob Peck. They all had like somewhat shaggy hair, so that when the wind blew,
it's
looked better.
dynamic. Yeah.
He's right. All right, let's grade it. That's not the right thing. There it is. Chris, do you recommend, and what is your grade for Slipstream?
I am not going to recommend it because I don't think that of all the funny stuff we talked about, that's worth sitting through what feels like 2 hours and 45 minutes of random thoughts strung together with an airplane and the jet stream. I liked Mark Hamill. I like him in almost everything he's in, including the Guyver. But this is just not enough Mark Hamill, a lot of Bill Paxton. Paxton should honestly have top billing, and it should be his movie.
He's a guy,
yeah. It's a D. I stopped watching it halfway through to watch the other movie, so I gotta kind of go with that. Not great. So a D and no.
Yeah,
I'm a little harder on sci-fi stuff, I think.
Yeah, no, you definitely are. I'm not recommending it. It's just there's too many other films in this genre. Battle Truck, for example.
Oh.
Using that as the example because it has the same issues as this film, but they overcame them and made it a fun film. Whereas this film just kind of tried to be what it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We talk about low budget stuff and they're always better when you lean into it and doing what you're, doing the best you can with what you got and not trying to be like, well, I made Star Wars or I helped make Star Wars.
Yeah.
So this needs to be as good as that.
Yeah. But this should be a lesson to every person when they watch trailers and it says from the producers of.
Yes.
I always turn to my kids and say, that doesn't mean shit.
It's nothing.
Yeah, they're not part of the creative process. They're part of I'll pay for that process.
All right. Or maybe he tried to be too much of the creative process.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah.
so I can't recommend it. If you are a diehard Mark Hamill fan, or a diehard Bill Paxton fan, then yeah, check it out. Because I think they both do a really good job with what they're giving. And I think Bob Peck actually does a really good job too.
Yes, absolutely.
But with that said, it's still it's not written well. The scenes they cheaped out on so badly that like they're virtually like laughable.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you give it for a letter grade?
D.
Yeah, I'm not far off. I'll give it a D+, but not by much. I wasn't mad that I watched it, but
yeah, sort of was.
I'll never, I don't need to go back to it. It had been
Right.
20 plus years since I'd seen it. So
Yeah.
okay, that's Slipstream. Next up, we have Android. I have a trailer for that too.
Deep space, undisturbed, peaceful, isolated, and experiments with the creation of life. Add 3 desperate characters running for their lives. Meet Max. Space is all he knows. And he desperately wants more.
What kind of work do you do here, Max?
I'm Dr. Daniel's assistant, as I said.
You didn't say anything about the experiment?
No, sir. Of course not.
Max didn't tell me there.
was a woman, monsieur? Max is an android.
Well, that was very well done, Max.
Really? Well, I've been doing a lot of research.
I've created the prototype of the perfect working class.
You're both androids.
Not to mention the perfect woman.
There are others like us on Earth, Max, in hiding, and we're going to join them.
What are you doing? What's going on here?
Android, much more than human.
All right, so that trailer makes this seem a hell of a lot more like a horror movie than it actually is.
Yeah, it is not even close to that.
No, but I do remember the VHS box art for this when I was little, and it creeped me out because it had that very bombastic cartoon. It reminded me a lot of Shock Treatment.
Yep.
The box art for Shock Treatment.
Yep.
And it was one of those ones that then I watched it and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a drama about the human condition.
So this is directed by Aaron Lipstadt, written by James Regal. Aaron worked on Escape from New York. He worked on City Limits. He worked on the TV show Medium as a writer, director, producer extraordinaire. Starring Klaus Kinski as Dr. Daniel. You got Don Keith Opper as Max, Bree Howard as Maggie, Norbert Weiser as Keller, and Crofton Hardsted as Mendez. And Kendra Kirchner as Cassandra.
Yeah.
Strange doctor secretly experiments with androids on his space station. His assistant is Max, a curious android who wants to see the world and meet a girl, because that's what they all want. Criminals hide on their station, and soon violence erupts. And that is Android.
Yeah.
Where do we start? This is an interesting one, I think.
It is, and getting into it is sort of a little tricky because I don't know. I mean, it throws you right in with an android researching sex.
Yeah, and it's not really hidden that Max is an android. They don't tell you right away, but his mannerisms, the way he acts, his emotional.
Right. And you know what movie you just paid money to go see. So
and Klaus Kinski plays the classic overbearing, controlling doctor. And the whole
I know how to describe this.
Okay, go for it.
It's one of those not home invasion movies, but with like the what I can't think of the type of movie it is where they misrepresent themselves in that all that. And I totally lost the other thing. It's Bride of Frankenstein. That's what it is. It's a retelling of the Bride of Frankenstein and Klaus Kinski's Frankenstein's monster making monsters because what is up with that guy?
I know, right?
I don't know how people kept hiring him. He just looking at him, it feels violently dangerous.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
So that's what I got the feeling, the obvious, like when you see the woman that he's making, her hair has the same wave to it, but it's down instead of up, and she's got a updated robe type thing, and it's all, I don't know why. Why can't these motherfuckers just go out and talk to people? Why? Oh, women won't talk to me. I will make one of my own.
But then as soon as the woman shows up, immediately the robot wants her, the doctor wants her. She's already sleeping with one of the other guys. Like,
yeah.
I just, whatever. Whatever. I mean, it's a plot device to move the story along because the doctor is trying to create another new android. And the whole thing is that you hear him being on a call with the whatever their powers that be are, that they're going to shut him down. But he's creating the first artificial intelligent android of a woman that has all the things needed by a woman or whatever. He just needs to get the electrical current right or whatever it is.
It's such a dumb plot point to say, I just want to bone this lady. It's such a weak plot point.
It is.
It's I'm embarrassed for the script right there. The only way we can activate it is if we fuck next to it. No.
We need to move the electrical current to it.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't make a lick of sense. But then you think about the whole thing. Yes, firing Klaus Kinski into space makes sense. Never to have him return. The rest of the movie, not so much.
No.
But the underlying story of what they're talking about is pretty solid. I'll give them that.
Yeah, and it's that classic, whether it's Blade Runner or whether it's Short Circuit or whatever movie with a robot or android in it, where
even Bad Boy Bubby, where it's somebody that's never been allowed out and they have no idea about the real world. It's controlling somebody underneath you so that you can use
your own
them.
Emotional feelings and all of those things. It's all been there before. So it's not a terribly original idea, but they do. I really feel like in this one, they do their best with what they got, because there's definitely money problems in this film where they didn't have the money to build out a, full crazy space set. It comes off a little bit cheap and cheesy, but at the same time, it also kind of works.
Yeah.
The biggest issue with me for this movie was the way that it's lit. Because in a film like this, you are usually complaining that it's too dark and you can't see anything. In this film, way overlit. You see everything, even the stuff you don't want to see.
That's true.
And it's kind of distracting.
If I can see the movie, I'm happy. That's fine.
That's a fair point.
It was nice. Like, normally you have your seedy, shifty characters in their dark rooms and planning stuff. And like some good horror movies, say the beginning of the In a Violent Nature, where most of the movie takes place during the day in the bright sunlight. That's just the most recent I can think of. Doing all of this, questioning your existence and everything, is usually done contemplatively, alone, and it's just everybody's just out, bright lights, everything's happening, everything's exposed. I think that's why it's lit that way. I think there are a lot of, I don't want to say simple symbolic choices made, but I don't want to say easy either, but I think if you listen to that,
let me ask you this. Don Opper, that played Max. What'd you think of his performance?
Okay, so I had seen this probably when I was... What year did this come out?
82.
Yeah, so like 83 or 84, it would have been on cable. And he creeped me out when I was young. He has very exaggerated facial features at this age. And I'm not sure if they gave him fake teeth or not, because I didn't look at too many pictures of the real actor. But he's fantastic in the role. He pulls off all the personality things that can happen. I don't want to get into that. And he's believable. I don't know why they would make an android that looks like that or acts like that. But he's basically a fleshy C-3PO that's
I would
polite.
say those are his teeth. Looking at these other photos.
Okay.
Because he was in Critters also.
Oh, shit.
And Critters 2, and Critters 3, and Critters 4.
Which is why I made the Critters joke, because it was somewhere in my head. I just couldn't put it together. God damn it. Okay, that makes sense. He's a really good actor, but he definitely creeped me out, because the first time you see him, he's practicing French kissing by himself facing the camera. And it just is so off-putting to me that I just wanted to shut it off.
Fair.
Back then and now. But
that's fair. No, I get you.
But he grows on you. And you see that it's not out of any kind of malicious behavior. When you first meet him, he's just trying to learn. And it's like, okay, everybody looks dumb when they're trying to learn. Why not? Sure.
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
Everyone else is really, I mean, they're all forgettable. The three convicts, Mendez, Keller, and Maggie, they're just there. Like,
yeah.
And then the female android, when she shows up, she's in it so shortly. And the one thing I will say with this is, if you got Klaus Kinski in your movie, like, use him.
Yeah.
He was in it,
very
like,
restrained.
not nearly enough.
Yeah.
And all of the scenes with him and Max together worked really well. And if, like, anytime that one of them wasn't on screen, forget, I don't care less. Not like
yeah. Now that you mention it,
because there's a number of scenes where you have the three vigilante criminals that have, landed their ship there. And I always love when you have this, like, idea of the, like, criminals that are trying to escape. And you always got the one guy that's like, that's it, we're leaving. And the other dude, like, the other dude's just like, we haven't fixed the ship yet.
Yeah.
He's
Engines
like,
are still broken.
because the ship is broken and we need to fix it to be able to get to Earth. So we're not going anywhere. It's like, I don't care what you have to say. We're leaving. What are you talking about? Like,
all right, guy.
Where did you
have
come
fun.
from? Who are you?
Yeah.
But yeah, the three of them are forgettable. And then you have a couple spots where Max is forced to, like, choose what he wants, and he chooses self-preservation to, thinking that these people were going to help him, even though he knows that they're vigilantes. And it's all like, it all comes down to that human condition of not human condition, but non-humans wanting to be human.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Which, goes all the way through to people wanting to be regular people.
Right.
And so you just kind of put that in there. It's like, well, if this is the way I act and the way I think, why can't I be like those people over there? Let me try that. And that doesn't help.
Right.
I can say.
You know what this film does have, though, that only a certain type of film from this time period has? There's this weird, haunting, like, dark, like, weirdness to this movie that kind of just settles over the whole thing. I remember, terrible movie, but a good example, Saturn III. Remember when we watched that a while back?
It's exactly like that. Yep.
It's got this weird dark feel that just kind of, like, sits over it. And it's like only films from this time period. And I don't know whether it's the type of film that was shot on from that era or the cameras they were using or whatever it is, but it has this weird specific look that can't really be replicated.
No.
And
it could be through age, you're right. It could be the lighting. It could be that the people making the film, this and Saturn III, like, their message is a little more dark than Star Wars, which would be the reference point for back then. Star Wars was lighter and didn't take itself completely seriously like this one does.
Extros, which is a good example of that.
Oh, yep. I remember that one.
Yeah, Extra, and
it's dangerous. They feel like I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. All right, that's great. All right, Android 1982. Chris, do you recommend? What's your grade?
I am going to recommend this, but it's not I can't wait to sit and watch Android. It's like, okay, I'm going to, like, clean this room and I need something I can look up at every 15, 20 seconds or whatever. This is that. And then about halfway through, it'll start to get interesting and you can sift. It's only an hour and like 16 minutes long. So it's pretty decently short, which is nice. Because you can't push this story any further without introducing more characters, I think. Correct. Because everything kind of just went the way it was supposed to go and then went a little further and surprised me. But it's a recommend with a condition, and I'm going to give it a B-. The performances were fantastic from the main two. I loved the DIY sci-fi sets. They were pretty good. And except for one shot of one of the spaceships landing, everything, all the space shots looked nice. The models were well done. They might have made them travel too fast and have weird arcs, but it wasn't reused Roger Corman footage. I'll say that.
No, it didn't. Yeah.
So that was a plus. And yeah, that's it. And Elmer Bernstein did the music for one of these two movies. Was it Slipstream?
It was the other one. It was the other one.
Because I'm like, why are we having Ghostbusters music in this movie? It sounds just like, oh shit, yeah, okay, that's why. But anyway, yeah, I'll go B- and yeah, if you want a story about Pinocchio, sure.
All right. I'm gonna give it a recommend too. I agree with you. It is worth watching for sure. And if you're into that kind of weird, off-kilter, strangely haunting 80s sci-fi stuff, it fits. Like if I was to make a documentary about that style of movie, like which I think could be a pretty cool piece, and I'll put that on the back burner and then delete that from the show so that no one hears me say it. But like it would fit in that like strangely haunting, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
So it's got that going for it, and that's a plus. And Klaus Kinski and Don Opper both, I think, do a really good job. Everything else doesn't matter. They both do a really good job. Obviously, Klaus Kinski, just whenever he shows up, you know you're in for something weird.
Yeah.
Whether it's Fitzcarraldo or Nosferatu or any of those. What was the one where he was like in the vents? Crawl Space.
Crawl Space. Yeah.
That was really good. I like that one.
Yeah, he's a weird guy. I don't think I ever wanted to be near him at all. And
it's funny because we had last week we did Paris, Texas, and Natasha Kinski was on it. Anyway, so I'm gonna recommend it. I'm not saying that you're gonna love it, but it's definitely a cool little piece of filmmaking from the time period. So as far as a grade, I'm not gonna go as high as you. I'm gonna go C+, borderline B-, I guess. But it's actually kind of hard to find.
Yeah.
It's not on any streaming services currently. I did not see a full-length copy of it on YouTube. So take what you will. If you want to check it out, that's how you'd find it.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. We're rocking it along. Joe is back this week. I don't remember what I know that I gave him a new series, but I don't remember what it was. So let's take a listen.
All right, you got this, Joe. Here we go. Well, hello, Bill. Hello, Chris, and hello, OTC Nation. It's your boy Joe here, and well, Bill, I'm not mad about this.
Should be.
I'm concerned for my sanity because you made me watch The Marine. I'm guessing Australia had some deep-ass film tax credits in 2006 because this takes place in South Carolina, a state that, while it doesn't provide tax credits, it does provide a 20 to 30% rebate on expenditures. And that's not nothing. And it also doesn't require flying literally halfway around the world to film. I'm just saying. The pro wrestling history nerd in me has to wonder if Jim Barnett had anything to do with the filming location, but he was dead 2 years before the making of WWE's first in-house production. That's a harbinger of doom. I would have initially told you that it was obviously No Holds Barred, but I Googled and that shit was made by New Line Cinema.
Yep.
Well, it was produced by New Line, but it was made by Hulk and Vince spending a weekend in a hotel room and banging out the script while they ripped lines of protein powder off of each other's hot dog skinned bodies.
Gross.
No wonder that movie is so packed front to back with like bad jokes, sweat, and repressed feelings. It's important to note that all the WWE films prior to The Marine were made by actual film studios, Universal, MGM, Lionsgate. How very much like Vince McMahon to see the success of The Scorpion King, The Rundown, and Walking Tall, and hell, even the one with Kane, the bullshit one, the one that sucked, and think, well, why am I sharing the profits with these small-time outfits when I'm responsible for all of this? Well, I know. I'll just do it all myself. Get out of my way, short dick. I'm making movies here.
He's talking to himself
My
there?
bad Vince impression. From there on, it was just mediocre, straight-to-video popcorn farts that all got like half a dozen inexplicable sequels starring ever lower on the card names.
So true.
I forgot that The Marine was a theatrical release. Like,
Yeah.
I was still a fan in 2006. I hadn't even worked my first show. And listen, I don't drink, but you would have to pump like half a dozen cocktails into me to get me to even sort of mildly consent to have seen this in the theater.
I think I did see it in the theater.
So the totally a name someone could have, John Triton,
Yeah.
is discharged from the Marines for, checks notes, saving a handful of other Marines from a vague Middle Eastern terrorist organization because he was told not to engage with the enemy. He disobeyed a direct order. Now, I'm sure that you would actually get in trouble for that, but you wouldn't get discharged. And Christ, the colonel who hands him his papers is in like near tears telling him he's the best of the best and like thanks him for his loyal service like you would thank someone who saved your spouse from a house fire. His only response when looking at the papers like a kicked puppy is, but sir, I'm a Marine. Cut to his really nice, modest house in a nice-looking neighborhood where his hotter than the filling of an over-microwaved Hot Pocket wife immediately jumps his bones, and he's sad because he doesn't know what to do with his life.
His wife.
You know what you're doing for the next
Exactly.
20 to 30 minutes? Jeez.
Yeah.
Gosh,
You do that,
John,
like,
I'm real sorry.
a couple times a day
that you
for the
gotta
next
like
20 years.
mow the lawn and find a job, not killing people for corporate profits. And like occasionally put the metaphorical boots to this cute blonde lady who's hornier than a jackrabbit in May.
See?
You got it real tough there, my dude. The T-1000, Robert Patrick, was apparently programmed to get a little paunch later in life because, you know, he's not looking like he could kick John Cena's ass. And I don't mean to get stereotypical here, but this is supposed to be South Carolina, and I don't think you need a crew of 5 to rob a jewelry store the size of my living room. And B, I think it was like $15 million in diamonds that they steal. And I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure that Tiffany's doesn't have an outlet in Spartanburg. So unless this store is holding like all of the diamonds for all of the fucking Zales in South Kakalaki, we are dramatically overestimating the diamond market in the mid-Atlantic region. What follows is basic bitch mid-aughts action that has no imagination, no feeling behind it, borderline contempt for its audience, and humor that only Vince McMahon and that guy from Idiocracy in the first act who like outbreeds the caring, smart couple people like 6 to 1 would
I'm gonna fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
And then I found it out. I never fucked around, so I was caught off guard by finding out, but I smelled a rat. This movie was written by Alan McElroy. Let me read you some of Mr. McElroy's writing credits just so you know why that's more important than me talking about the potential this movie had that was wasted, or that maybe the only thing higher than Rob Van Dam in 2006 was John Cena's liver enzymes, or a dozen other digs at a movie that was never meant to be good in the first place. Alan McElroy has written Left Behind, like the original, the one that resurrected Kirk Cameron's career.
Yeah.
He wrote Ballistic, X versus Ever, maybe the most famously bad movie of all time.
Yeah.
To his credit, he wrote Wrong Turn, both Wrong Turns, the original Wrong Turn and then the really good remake. But then he went ahead and wrote the next 4 sequels. So even a blind squirrel, you know what? No, wait. He emboldened an entire generation of Christians to think that they were like being persecuted and that if they followed along with his bullshit, they'd get raptured or whatever. So he can still get fucked. He emboldened the death cult.
Yeah.
He missed out on writing the next few Marine films, but he made a fiery babyface comeback for, well, actually, this is probably more of a dramatic heel turn by writing The Marine 4, a movie I'll be watching in about 3 weeks, much to my chagrin.
You can't wait. You're excited.
Also a project for which The Miz was presumably paid money for and validated his existence as anything other than a mid-card chicken shit heel whose only job was to do the job.
He's really good at it.
It's like for every one middling piece of media that he's written that didn't suck, he has like 4 or 5 deep cinematic sins to answer for. And this is one of those rare times when I wish that hell existed, if only so that this one person can go there. Here's the thing. The good. At least they knew that an action movie should have action. They kept it moving along. This thing just, once they hit the gas, they just keep going. They went big and exaggerated with how much a human body can withstand, but not so big that I had to get mad about it.
Okay.
The bad. The humor in this film is so unhumorous that I did have to get mad at it. It was humor for the 50-year-old guy who would tell you that playing high school football was the best time of his life. Like 35 years ago. The kind of guy who asks why you can't make certain jokes anymore and bemoans it, but then when you ask them what joke they can't tell anymore, they just go ahead and change the subject. The Marine, supposedly the best of the series, and the only one I had previously seen, sucked harder than the sump pump in my crawl space after a hard rain. Okay, maybe I am going to get a little mad about this. It gets a D+. The next 5 weeks are going to be bad for my blood pressure, but probably humorous for all of you. I'll be back next week with The Marine 2, starring a millionaire getting off scot-free after committing welfare fraud, Junior. Until then, be good, everyone.
That would be Ted DiBiase's son, Ted DiBiase Jr.
Okay.
He is referencing there.
Gotcha.
Okay. Scott is back this week. All right, yeah, he's back. I'm sure he's going to talk about a movie incessantly for 10 minutes, so.
Probably. Ugh.
You need to stop by my house and pick up a microphone at some point.
Yeah, okay.
I keep telling you this, but.
Do you?
I keep telling you, I told you once, like probably a month and a half ago.
Oh, okay, fair.
And then knowing you for the 25 plus years that I've known you, that I need to tell you at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Before.
I thought we left it at, we should get you a microphone.
I've got one for you. I got a brand new pod mic to give you.
All right, great. I'll stop by tomorrow after work then.
Yeah, I won't be here.
That was good.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
With Reverend Scott.
There's a lot going on, but there's also a lot that doesn't happen.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott, and welcome to Holy Shit.
Shameless self-promotion.
I mean, can you blame me? I'm adding to the insane value of this show every single week, and I know you agree.
Chris and I review 2 flicks. Joe reviews a flick. Scott reviews a flick. You get 4 movies reviewed each week.
Yeah.
I think it's a good deal.
And boy, oh boy, am I excited because today is an even better deal. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is a movie I haven't watched yet, but what I did get to see was a horror movie in May. A horror movie you probably haven't even heard of, written and directed by the same man that 2 years ago made another horror movie that barely anyone heard of. And I'm talking about Damian McCarthy, writer and director of Oddity, because this week I saw his new film called Hokum.
Bless you.
Okay, first thing I'm going to say, if you like tense, quiet, atmospheric, well-written horror, pause this. Don't even watch the trailer. just go watch Hokum.
All right, fine. Let's go.
No, not you. You have to stay and listen to this shit.
Really? Really?
Really?
Hokum centers around Severance star Adam Scott as Ohm Bauman. Yeah, you heard me right. Ohm. Seriously, if you're gonna name your son after some electrical unit of measure, at least use something cool like joules.
I want you to go in that bag and find my wallet.
Which one is it?
It's the one that says bad motherfucker.
But no, we have Ohm. And he's not a cold-blooded killer. He's a writer, albeit a famous one. And he's sitting alone in his massive dark house during a rainy, stormy, thundery night, and he sits there finishing the epilogue of his final book of his trilogy he's writing. We cut between scenes of him writing in the dark with just the light of his laptop illuminating the room to the scene in the desert that he's writing. And there's two characters, and one of them's about to make this terribly bleak and dark decision. It's incredibly tense, and right before we find out what happens, Ohm is distracted by what looks like a shadowy figure on his stairs. And then he points his light over there, but there's nothing there. And then boom, there's this creepy face right behind his shoulder. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have been able to stay calm like Ohm did.
I wouldn't have known how to do that shit. But now I do.
Oh, please, you would have peed your pants. But not Ohm. He just casually looks over at the mantle, and there's two wooden urns of his parents, and then at this old tattered photo of a young smiling woman by a large tree. And he packs some of those things, including the urn, the photo, and then a wooden box containing a gun for some reason. And at this point, I was starting to worry that this movie is going to leave me more confused than Joe after he finishes watching them swap out John Cena for The Miz in The Marine Part 2.
Who was it that suggested the Marine films? Was it Scott?
I don't know. I don't. I'm not taking
the big Phil of The Miz.
For that.
All right, OTC Nation, you heard the man. I'll be back with that next week. Until then, be good, everyone.
He's going to be so mad.
Fast forward a bit to Ohm driving through the rainy green hills of Ireland to this lonely old Bilberry Woods hotel. We see the manager outside with a crossbow and a dead mountain goat because the mountain goat was walking on his car apparently. Ohm nearly gets an entire argument with him about it. Then inside we hear an old-ass man in a wheelchair telling two young boys a story about how a witch likes to chain people up and drag them into the underworld. A witch he swears that is trapped in this very hotel. Meanwhile, Ohm is standing there waiting to be helped and already pissed off because of that, and he's listening to this old fuck talk to these kids about all this creepy shit, so he basically tells them to fuck off or I'll get the owner. And the old man informs him that he is the owner. So I guess if he wants to scare little boys in his own hotel, then it's his right.
It's all good. You're entitled.
Between those interactions and him responding to being asked to sign an autograph for an employee's son with a confused sounding no, it doesn't take long for us to realize that Ohm is a sarcastic, impatient, inconsiderate asshole. But maybe it's because he's a man on a mission. Apparently, this is the same hotel his parents stayed at on their honeymoon. He wanted to see the honeymoon suite actually, but it's barred and locked off. Apparently, that's where the owner trapped the witch, so you can't go in there. He does eventually put being a full asshole on pause long enough to ask the bartender Fiona, no, not that Fiona. He asked Fiona if she knows where that big redwood tree from the photo is. She asked, who's that in the photo? Ohm says, well, that's my mom, right before she was murdered. She was shot in the face.
That's not what you want to hear.
Nope.
Ohm finds the tree and thoughtfully and delicately puts his mother's ashes at the base, and then just kind of nonchalantly dumps his dad's ashes in the dirt. On his way back to the hotel, he meets this cool homeless-looking dude named Jerry that offers to let Ohm have a drink of his goat's milk that's mixed with magic mushrooms. Ohm only agrees to have some of the guy's moonshine instead. The drinking continues at the bar, where he talks to Fiona about the bleak ending of his book, which she does not like. So he says, well, then you can make a fucking movie out of it and put a happy ending on the end. And then he talks a little bit about his mother's murder and how the killer was too young to prosecute. Then Ohm is a total asshole to the bellboy, who says he's a writer too, and suggested Ohm read his manuscript, to which Ohm basically replies,
I'm not fixing your shit. You're an idiot.
Then he leaves for his room. Now, I'm going to leave some things out here as they're minor spoilers, I suppose. I think it's just better for the movie experience that you don't know a whole lot about every part of this film. I'll just say that Ohm had a series of things that he planned on doing while he was at the hotel.
So it feels like this was always the plan.
Yeah, he had it in the back of his head. He was ready to go.
But Fiona eventually does something very impactful for Ohm that night. And no, it wasn't something sexual. I know that's what you were thinking.
Fair.
Which is totally fine with me. I got no problems with that.
Ohm ends up in the hospital for several days after that. When he finally wakes up, he returns to the hotel to thank Fiona, only to find out that sometime during the Halloween party, that was the day after Ohm's event, that was definitely not sexual, Fiona went missing. And apparently they've checked everywhere, and people suspect Jerry was involved, as he was the last one seen talking to her out in the woods. They think he killed his previous wife also, so that's why he lives in the woods. And now he's probably just killed again. It's all based on pure speculation, of course. But when Ohm finds Jerry, he tells Ohm that he thinks there's only one place that they actually haven't looked for Fiona yet: the honeymoon suite. And he's stolen the key. So now when it gets dark and everyone leaves, they can sneak in and check it out for themselves. Now, unfortunately, I have to kind of stop talking about the details of the story here, because now the stage is set. Everything that happens from this point on is nonstop payoffs and lots of creepy shit and so much fucking tension.
Tense. Because this movie is so fucking tense.
Yeah.
Ohm starts out as a guy that seems fed up with the whole world and life in general. Even the most minor inconvenience is too much.
And I just don't have the bandwidth in my head to do that anymore.
But now he has to know the truth. Where is Fiona? What happened? Who is responsible? Is the witch real? Is the Bellboy's manuscript any good? And somehow, as crazy and confusing as it all seemed in the beginning, things start to make more and more sense as they go on. This movie does so much with so little. There's not a ton of blood and gore. It's mainly just creepiness and atmosphere and jump scares. Very few different locations, but they're also unique and visually interesting, along with a mystery to solve and sporadic humor that really helped juxtapose all the tension at times. We watch a man that should be easy to hate start to become someone that we actually kind of root for. We get several revelations that turn the story on its head several times. Ohm keeps getting into increasingly worse situations and has to use his brain to try to survive. Last week, Chris predicted that due to what movies our current filmmakers grew up on, it's gonna make horror more and more grounded and real.
And it's just gonna keep getting a little more hard-edged and truthful in the fears, maybe?
Yeah.
And all that being said, Hokum isn't like that. Sure, it has one foot in the gritty and grounded, but the other foot is firmly planted in fantasy and folklore. This was a very impressive movie in an already impressive year of movies. I'm not recommending Hokum, though. I'm insisting you fucking go watch this. And I'm giving Hokum a very high A-. It's so close to an A. I think they could have got away with less jump scares. I don't mind some of them. It just wasn't necessary to have too many with how creepy and tense the rest of the movie already was. Actually, you know what? The jump scares made it more fun. There's actually quite a bit of comedy in this. Some of it's purely visual, some of it's from the actual script, and it was all very well done. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm giving Hokum an A. What you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Well, that's all for my movie this week, but you guys had some interesting reviews last week. First was Blue Ruin, aka...
Everything is just unfortunate.
I've actually seen that one, and I loved it. Want more of it, and it gets an A. And the review gets an A.
Ooh.
As for Paris, Texas, aka...
Because remember, not everybody's going to like everything.
Sounded too long, so it gets a C+. But Chris mentioned the kid was the same boy that was in Invaders from Mars, so that review gets an A as well. Nice job. But
right.
unfortunately for you, I have to get going. So until the next time you're looking for a witch in the honeymoon suite of a rundown hotel in Ireland, peace and love, guys.
That'll be soon. Yeah.
Soon, very soon.
Yeah.
Holy shit with Reverend Scott, improving your life one movie review at a time.
I thought you were just being weird. It was funny. Scott sent me a text message that was like, "Oh, a little bit of trivia. Did you know that the kid from Barris, Texas, is the same kid from Invaders from Mars?" And then, like 5 minutes later, "Oh, Chris mentioned it."
Yeah, it's Karen Black's kid.
Cool, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us this week. We really appreciate it. We want to thank David for sending in his Patreon picks for the reviews for this week. If you have Patreon picks you'd like to send them to us at Patreon. Patreon.com/outside the cinema. Follow Chris and I at OTZ Bill at Cthulhu. There's a Facebook group, but I don't think anyone uses it anymore, but it is there.
I haven't been on it in a while.
I think there's video of the show that goes up there. I'm not
Okay.
sure. But that's pretty much it for this week. We'll be back next week with a couple more reviews, and then probably do it again the week after that.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Cool. All right, everyone, enjoy themselves. Have a good week.
Bye.